Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting with me, Carl the Cobra Froch. I'm not going to bang on about my intro, you've heard it enough times, but I'm delighted to be joined by one of the most, if not the most influential man in boxing at the moment, Turki Alashikh. Absolutely a real pleasure to be sitting here having a chat with you. Thanks for joining us. I know you don't do many sit-down interviews.
Thank you.
So I appreciate it. But yeah, it's great to have you on the channel, and I'd like to say to you, since your involvement in boxing, since you got involved about 18 months ago, you've made massive waves in the sport.
14 months.
14 months ago. I stand corrected straight away. 14 months ago, and like I said, you've made big waves. You seem to be changing the sport.
We started in 2017, and when I was the Minister of Sport in my country, Muhammad Ali competition, and after that we start the next round in the last 14 months. And I am here to answer you. I know you have questions.
I've got a couple of questions here.
Yeah, but I prefer to start with different questions, and you will surprise with it. You have a lot of things against Riyadh season.
Straight for the jugular.
Yeah.
Come on, I like this.
Yeah, you have a lot of things against Riyadh season. I am here to answer, and I am here to see what is you think it is wrong about it, and discuss.
Well, first of all, I'd like to ask you what your vision was for boxing and why you got involved, because a lot of people don't understand why you've got involved in boxing, what your passion for the sport is.
I have a passion. It is still the sport number one for me, but it is not my vision. It's my country vision. And the Crown Prince, it is start from 2016 to changing our country in different things. And it is the vision of 2030. And we have in our country the average of the age 70% is less than 35 years, and they like the sport, they like the entertainment, they like a lot of things. And there is two big projects. One of the two big projects, we have hundreds of big projects in our country, but in the vision is Al Qiddiya and Neom cities. Al Qiddiya, it is entertainment city. And then if it is entertainment city, you need content each day, each week, each month, in sport, in concert, in everything. And for that, the boxing, one of the content we focus in.
How do you think you've done in terms of the change with boxing? Do you think you're changing boxing for the better personally? Is it going the way you planned?
Who's answered this is the fans.
Yeah.
Okay, in the corner.
Yeah, Big John Fury.
Yeah.
We know who you're talking about. But on from then, from that fight, I've been invited out to the last fight, which was Fury Usyk, the rematch, and it was different again. I mean, no, I'm not talking about from when I was there with AJ in the fight with Ruiz. I'm just talking about from when I've seen it on the television, because when I was there last month for that fight, I was very impressed. I'm not just saying it for the sake of it, because I shoot from the hip and I tell the truth. And I said on the night, I really, really enjoyed my night. The production, the arena, the atmosphere, it was different, but it was enjoyable.
Was more than...
Okay. That's Turki Alashikh and Carl Froch. Okay. It's little clips here and there of them talking about, and Turki Alashikh went right for the counter. Okay. He approached that criticism very quickly. And I'm glad he did that. And that makes me respect Turki Alashikh that much more. Basically, he wants to know, like, why do you say, because I know what you said. And the first time I'm scrolling and I see Carl Froch and Turki Alashikh, I think of that. I'm like, well, wait, wasn't Carl Froch one of the ones that didn't like the atmosphere in Saudi Arabia, saying it was this, and saying if Tyson Fury was in England, he probably would have had another boost, and that would have helped him because of the crowd, the energy, the electricness in the crowd, and it would have gave him more passion and more to fight or whatever. And Turki Alashikh was like, hey, it's just different. Okay. Me counterpunching this interview, I find it kind of strange that he says different, because if it's different, it's just different. I don't think the difference will change, because I think unless the culture changes. Okay. In other words, simple. If the culture doesn't change, the atmosphere doesn't change. Unless people, like the guy says, it's just alcohol. That's what you need. You need booze, people. Okay? And if you're in a country that doesn't drink, that don't believe in alcohol, if they don't believe in alcohol, it's not going to change. Okay? That's just that. Okay, I mean, because you're going to see people on their phones. These are black mirrors, right? They're addictive, but if your attention is not being met, you're going to revert back to those little black mirrors in front of your face. You know what I mean? And that's what you see. So with Turkey saying, well, we want to get people familiar with the overall, fighters, and they'll change. Well, I don't think it's about change in a culture, because I don't think that those guys will be more excited about something that they're not excited about. You know what I mean? And what Carl fails to realize is in the UK, they have alcohol, right? That's what you see. That is the result of a lot of people's enthusiasm. You know what I mean? Alcohol you drink alcohol, that's spirits. They have you doing and acting differently. You go to any bar, you go there from someone that sits down, go there 6 hours later. You know what I mean? They're totally different. Or even 3 hours later. They're totally different from the time they sat down to the time, they leave. They're different, unless they sober up and eat something or whatever. So, but for Turki Alashikh going right for the juggler, he was just like, well, how do we improve? Well, you don't. You don't improve in Saudi Arabia. It's just like he compared it to Japan. You can't make millions of Japanese people change, or thousands in the arena change. You're not going to do that. It's not going to happen. They're going to clap because that's their tradition. And I think if Turkey, is comfortable or should I say secure with this, I think he should just have left it that way and just told Carl Froch it is what it is in Saudi Arabia. This is how we do it. This is how it's going to be. Other people from other places, unless enough people from the UK or from the USA or from Australia or from anywhere else besides Saudi Arabia, right? Unless they're front row and they visit the fight and attend the fight, that's the only way that you're going to see people get up. Yeah, yeah, because the drunkest people you see are on these corners. And those are the cut men and the trainers. They're mostly doing this and that and the other in Saudi Arabia, and they stick out like a sore thumb based on the fact that they're not from Saudi Arabia, so they don't have to worry about they don't have that overall passive, reserved posture. Okay, so that's just that, And Carl just saying, well, I think it would have been this and that and the other, Carl was basically, I think what changed was you got the interview, Carl, and you're not going like you did go. You know what I mean? But he did speak his mind, and he did say the same thing that he said in the video that he made, that he felt that should have been in the UK, Usyk versus Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? But in essence, I think it was good to have it in Saudi Arabia because it wasn't in the UK. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't in the Ukraine. It was somewhere neutral. You know what I mean? That's a neutral area. Saudi Arabia. Nobody's from Saudi Arabia that was in the ring. You know what I mean? So I think that is and was good, to really point out. And, but no, what would make it better? Nothing will really make it better unless the culture changes or the people change that's going to watch the fight. But you guys tell me what you think of Turki Alashikh attacking Carl Froch right away for what he said about Saudi Arabia and the atmosphere thereof, of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!